Right now, as you watch this, 5 invisible chess games are being played simultaneously and the pieces are entire nation. You were told the world run on democracy, diplomacy and free market. That's the bad side story. The reality, the world runs on three levers of control: energy, currency and information. And only 5 players have their hands on all three. This is not conspiracy, this is architecture, and by the end of this video you will see the blueprint that most people spend their entire life never noticing. Welcome to Chronicles of Power. Let's start with the most powerful weapon ever invented. No, it's not nuclear warhead, it is this: the US dollar. 88% of all international transactions still flow through dollar. When the US does not like a country what it's doing, it does not need to send troops, it just cut them off from the dollar. Ask Iran, ask Russia, ask Venezuela. When the Russia invaded Ukraine in 2022, the West did not fire a single bullet in response at first. Instead, they weaponized SWIFT, the global financial messaging system. Overnight, Russian banks were cut off from the world. The ruble crashed 40% in a week. But here's where the chess game gets interesting. Russia did not collapse, it pivoted. It starts selling oil to China and India in yuan and rupees, and suddenly a crack appeared in dollars armor. The BRICS nation, Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa, and now 6 new members are openly building an alternative financial highway, not to destroy the dollar tomorrow, but to have an escape route for American financial power. The question is not whether de-dollarization will happen, it's whether it will happen fast enough to matter before the US adapt the energy chessboard. If the dollar is the blood of global power, energy is the oxygen, and no one understands this better than 3 players: the United States, Russia, and Saudi Arabia. For 50 years, a secret handshake ran the world. It is called petrodollar system. Saudi Arabia agreed to sell oil exclusively in US dollar. And return, America guarantees Saudi security. Every nation on earth needed oil. Every nation on earth that needed oil, which is every nation, had to stockpile dollar. This is single arrangement gave the US an unlimited credit card backed by the entire planet energy need. But the deal is frying. Saudi Arabia is now selling oil to China in yuan. MBS has publicly flirted with joining BRICS. The kingdom is not breaking up with America, it's dating other people. Meanwhile, Russia energy weapon, cheap pipeline gas to Europe, was neutralized when the Nord Stream pipeline were destroyed in September 2022. To this day, no one has been officially held responsible. One of the most significant act of infrastructure sabotage in modern history. And silence. Europe scrambled to replace Russian gas with American LNG. The US went from energy exporter to Europe's energy lifeline almost overnight. Coincidence in geopolitics? There are no coincidences. The new energy map is not about who has the most oil, it's about who controls the routes, the currencies, and the checkpoint. The information empire. There is a third lever of control that's newer, quieter, and arguably the most dangerous than the dollar or oil combined: information. 97% of the world internet data travel through undersea cables, and the vast majority of those cables are owned, operated, or monitored by Americans and British companies. Every email, every bank transfer, and every government communication between continents flow through physical wires that someone controls. And then there is the software layer. The Google process 8.5 billion searches per day. Meta controls the social graph of 3 billion pupils. The American cloud provider Amazon, Microsoft, Google host the digital infrastructure of entire government. This is not just business, it's leverage. When the US sanctioned Huawei in 2019, it was not about phone sale, it was about preventing China from building a 5G network that America could not monitor. Controlling pipe mean controlling the flow. China's response: build a parallel network. The Great Firewall is not just a censorship, it's the digital sovereignty. China has its own search engines, its own social media, its own payment system, its own satellite. It's the only country on the earth that has successfully built an alternative digital universe. And now battleground has shifted to AI. Whoever built the most advanced and artificial intelligence does not just win an industry, they win ability to process, predict, control information faster and than any human institution. That's why the US banned advanced chip export to China. That's why China is pouring hundreds of billions into domestic AI. This is not a tech race, it's an arm race, and the weapon is knowledge itself. The 5 player. So who are those 5 hands on the lever? The United States, still the dominant force, controls the dollar, the tech platform, the strongest military, and the most extensive alliance network in history. Its weakness: internal division and imperial overstretch. China, the patient challenger, building alternative system in finance, track and trade. The Belt and the Road Initiative has created economic dependency across 60 nations. nation, its weakness, a demographic crisis, and a property bubble that could derail everything. Russia, the disruptor. They lack the economic power of the US or China but excel at asymmetric warfare, cyber attacks, energy blackmail, mercenary operation across Africa. It does not need to win the chess game, it just needs to flip the board. The United Kingdom, the invisible hand. City of London remain the world financial center. British intelligence networks span the globe. The UK does not have music and muscle anymore, but it has connection. It plays the role of America's strategic partner and global fixer. Saudi Arabia, the swing vote, sitting on top of world energy reserves and the position between East and West. MBS is playing both sides with extraordinary skill. Whoever Saudi Arabia fully aligned within the next decade could tilt the entire balance. The game ahead. Here is what most people get wrong about power. They think it's about armies and border. This it has not been for decades. Modern power is about system, who control the financial rails, who control the energy supply chains, who control the flow of information. The five players we discuss are not fighting over territory, they are fighting over architecture. Dollar system is cracking but not broken. Map is being redrawn in real time. The information war is just beginning. And this is the new shadow war. There are no declaration, no treaties, no front lines. There are only moves and counter moves. The question you should be asking is not about who is winning, it's what move are you not seeing. If this breakdown open your eyes, subscribe to Chronicles of Power. We decode the games played with your future so you never caught off guard.